Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So it looks like there's going to be another attack on our food, and this time this is cucumber. Of course, they cannot leave our fruits or vegetables alone. This is becoming absolutely ridiculous. Funny enough, again, it has appeared in the news briefly and then just suddenly disappeared because at the end of the day, this is the whole agenda. They don't really want people to know what is currently going to be happening to our food, because what it is going to be happening to our food, it's really not going to be well known or documented or, of course, put on a label. How silly am I to think that this is possible? Anyway, so apparently in Sweden, there's a company called Sa Veggie, that are trying a new system to reduce the packaging on cucumbers. Of course, in the name of a climate change and limiting the amount of plastic. So this new coating they are currently trialing in a lot of the supermarkets are made from rapeseed oil and oat oil. Okay, so we all know, okay, if you do know nutrition, you understand what the downsides of the rapeseed oil, but of course, they are telling us that this is absolutely safe and it's absolutely fine even with oats because it's safe for people with the allergies. It is all very, very safe. And the idea, it is meant to be prolonging your life of the mere cucumber from 4 days to approximately 2 weeks. The best thing of all, of course, you cannot wash it off, but they guarantee you that this is totally safe. It's funny though, okay, because you probably be aware, and I have covered this few months back, about the latest European legislations where they're going to be taxing, or shall I say, well, yeah, let's call it taxing, the companies for amount of the plastic use on the food, vegetables, and all sorts of things. So basically, the whole idea is for the companies now quickly to find a solution to reduce the plastic. And we know, guys, what happens when things that quickly happen. They all jump into the conclusions that this is going to be really good for us or a-okay for us. And then some time will pass, and then we'll establish something in the news, like it happened so many times. And I'm sure we're all aware that it's like, oops, that wasn't actually that good after all. So anyway, the point is, yes, guys, it's going to be covered in rapeseed oil and the oat oil. And of course, many of you are aware that you cannot wash off oils. This is the idea. Some of them potentially will penetrate, depends on obviously the structure of the vegetable fruit, because their plan is to actually expand that further. So currently, okay, as I said, they're trialing this in Sweden, but they had 1.76 million of funding to make sure they take this further. And firstly, they're going to be introducing this in more supermarkets there, and then eventually it's going to be going out to public, obviously, in the different European countries. And at the same time, they are then going to be trialing this or using that in the different fruits and vegetables, like maybe peppers and something else. Again, we already know, and it's really, let's say, comical, but it's really strange that we already know there's a couple of things out there, okay, which I still meant to do the video for in terms of the coating. And it's a massive backlash. It's massive backlash of what they're doing and what they're using. Yet there seem to be more and more of these companies just periodically come out and trying to just reinvent the nature. Okay, so the cucumber here, okay, the lifespan of, they say, is 4 days, but they want it to be sitting in the fridge for 2 weeks. Okay, again, we already talked about this with any fruits and vegetables. It is not natural for the cucumber to sit in your fridge, say, for 2 weeks. Although saying that, the fresh cucumbers do sit for a little while in the fridge. And if you haven't tried this before, if you do grow your own, you can actually put your mini cucumbers in the cold water and leave them there for 2 to 3 hours, and they actually become much more crunchier. Yet again, problem solved. And again, see, to me, we are in UK, right, have only one variety of cucumber. It seems to be just this one, which is, I assume, probably like a Telegraph variety. And occasionally you will see some mini crunchy cucumbers that seem to be a premium price in Lidl and I think in Asda, the little baby ones, you know, the kind that we grow in the kind that we grow in our gardens, and they stupendously expensive. The point is, we seem to be the only country, they only have really a one variety that's available to us as a consumer to buy, and B, that it gets covered in plastic, obviously including Sweden as well. But, okay, I've been to France a couple of months back, and I filmed and I reported their scenery of the fruits and vegetables. They do sell naked cucumbers, because do you know what? It is okay. They do sit there, they eventually will get softer, but they don't come to the stage where they just get into waste. People just buy them. The whole array of the fruits and vegetables It is absolutely amazing, not the sort of negligent amount that we offered here. But again, this is not the point. The point is, again, they're doing something that people don't want. And of course, they're all pushing the same narrative of the plastic, climate change, nature. But in fact, it is all to do with money, because they all have to be, as the retailers or people that produce the packaging, they have to be paying to be disposing their plastic. So this is the why a quick rush suddenly to create something they haven't really properly tested. There will be tons and tons of people that will be against, and for more just than one reason. We're talking about rapeseed oil, which a lot of us trying to avoid. The fact is, it's not you're not able to wash this off. But the last, and my pet hate with all of this, you won't even know that it's on there. Okay, you won't even know. They do call this, well, it's edible packaging. Well, the question is to you, how much actually packaging do you want to eat? I don't want to eat any. But anyway, guys, this is the point, right? So they could just, just peel the cucumber. They can just peel this off. And look, here we go. Sell it as it is. Put it in there, right? They we do have in time delivery for the fruits and veg, especially the softer ones. So here we are. Look, a cucumber. Do we need that? Not particularly. Put this in a paper bag. Anything, okay? I don't want to have it covered in oil, or two, in fact. But again, the point is, this is currently happening. It is getting, pushed forward, especially with the funding. And again, some of you might wonder, and I do wonder, rather than invest almost 2 million in funding that replacement oil, technically thinking, well, it's just oil. Do they need a 2 million funding almost to just coat your cucumber in oil? Might as well supply them. We do this ourselves, right? But no, rather than investing that money into helping infrastructure for, growing our own food, so we don't have to rely to importing the cucumbers from Honolulu covered in oil, that kind of thing. But no, they're just dead honest that they just want to concentrate on covering our food in shit. And we're going to eat this without even knowing that we're doing this. This is horrendous. But guys, again, the reason I'm bringing out those videos. It happens far too often. But again, they mention this, stuff disappears, we forget about it. It's like last time I talked about the banana. Again, who knows at what stage it is now. All of that stuff, it's happening. You get quick mention, it gets forgotten about, and then it gets boom, it's introduced, and we're eating this without even knowing that. So anyway, I do appreciate you guys listening to me ranting. It is, again, information that I always share with you, because I think it's very important to know as a consumer and genuinely understand what they are trying to do to our food. Otherwise, guys, well, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, thumbs up, subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye-bye.